Everyone, Docfire. It's time for another. This is a fun video. Just taking a break today from working up customers' guns. Sorry, guys. Just overwhelmed right now. A lot of stuff. I'm running a lot of guns. Trying to do videos when I can. Keep up with that stuff. But anyway, this is my Meteor. I got this from Joseph, and I'm going to misspell his last name. We traded Fire Series for this. And this is a gun that he had built. Really nice Meteor. It's got Inception stuff on it, aka high pressure regulator, Inception front end kit, aka LPC chamber, easy on off. I'm running the Scaling Epsilon barrel on it right now. And then it's got the Meteor bolt, which people have complained about. It works. It's nothing wrong with it. It's a decent bolt. It's exactly the same dimensions as like an Evolution bolt. The Evo bolts, the aluminum ones, I just compared it against that, and the ports and everything are in the same spots. Ports a little bit different on the Evolution, obviously. But the only thing that's different on this, it's got a PHAT Rat in it. It's got a PHAT Rat, or the PHAT hammer, Shock-Tech springs, front and back. And then the red chamber in here, I had to modify to get a little bit more flow in it, because I was trying to run it at a lower pressure, just for fun. You know, I have another red chamber. I can put it back to factory if I want. It's just for fun. It's just testing. Anyway, you have to trust me. I've never steered you guys wrong. I don't feel like getting a gauge out here. This is set at right at 200 psi, or let's say between 195 and 205. We'll say it's in that range, as close as the gauge will be. And it's just my standard gauge that's been tested against my other certified gauge. And so this is set right at 200 psi. Nelson Anarchy as usual. Scaling Epsilon barrel, and IBG is about 2 turns in. I don't know if you guys can see that there. About 2 turns in from flush. And let's just see what the velocity is. 200 psi, Nelson Anarchy, PHAT Rat, PHAT hammer, Shock-Tech springs, 277, 273, 281, 281, 282. Yeah, and so, you know, it's kind of on the lower side, right? I'm going to try to turn this off. Weird. Once you do that, make sure everything's upside down. We're going to just put in a factory Shock-Tech bolt. This is out of my Desert Fox. It's a used bolt, so it's got wear on it. We're going to pull up this one, rear side, get the Shock-Tech one, drop it in, put that there, and let's just see what this is shooting now. It's a different sound signature. You know, it's a little bit more muffled with the Meteor bolt, and I had a lot more blowback with the Meteor bolt, which is, the Meteor bolt is on the tip size is an 1/8 inch shorter than the Shock-Tech. Shock-Tech bolts are all about an 1/8 inch longer than standard bolts, and then the ports, and I'll show you that here in a second. I'll bring up both ports on it. You can see them side by side, but there are some differences in it, and it's kind of the reason why, like, the Shock-Tech bolt it's a good bolt, really good bolt. I'm just curious to see what it's running at over the Chrono. 308, 304, 305, 303, 305, 308. So we went from 280. Let's just go on the side of safety. Let's say 285 to 305 feet per second. So 85 to 95, 95 to 305, that's a 20 foot per FPS increase with just a bolt change, just changing the bolt, okay? And I can send this off to Angry Autocockers, Angry Paintball, Jason, to have him O-ring mod it, and I know with an O-ring mods, I'm gonna gain about another 10. And I'm at 200 PSI, at 300 feet per second. Come on. Come on, folks. If I short stroke it there. But here, let's pull this out. Let's get the last few balls out of here. Oh, little blow back there. Oh, I'm going to put the gun down without scratching it on concrete. I need a nice table out here. So let's put the bolt pin in there. And there's nothing bad against the Meteor bolts. Nothing wrong with them. They work. They were set up for their system. Worked really good. But you guys kind of see here, it's an 1/8 inch, right at an 1/8 inch taller. The port on the shock deck is farther up, and it obviously has no O-rings on this one. And so what I think that does is it puts a little mechanical dwell in this. As this bolts all the way forward, the hole, transfer hole to the body is on the lower half of this hole. And as you fire, this comes back, that hole is crossing over, so it's utilizing as much air as possible to shove it down that bolt and out. And I think that's one of the reasons. And then these are wide open on the inside. It may look like it's a Venturi, but this is just basically a ball catch. These little Venturi things or cuts only go in about 1/8 of an inch. The rest of the inside is wide open, so it's not all the way through. So it is really not a stream straightener. It's not long enough. It's really a bolt catch to control rollback. But anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna grab a brand new one of these shock tech bolts out of my inventory and just get a hold of Jason and get an O-ring bolt sent to me. I'll call him, get that done. But anyway, shock tech for the win. That's good.